Look, there's certain things that happen in a man's life that they're unspeakable. Like when this happens to you, you feel like the world is crushing down on you and you don't even know how to act. I never want to see my guys being down that bad. And I want to talk about these 6 things and what you can do to avoid ever being in that situation. Top into this. Number 1, being cheated on. Look, this one's probably top of the list. Being cheated on has to be the worst feeling for a man. You knew there was something going on and she wasn't being upfront. And look, I'm not saying you're to blame because obviously the blame is on her, but there are things that you could have done to avoid being in that situation. For example, you want to always talk to more women. See, I've always told you this. Keep your options open unless this girl is your girlfriend and you're committed, all right? But other than that, if you guys are just in the talking stage, don't give her that exclusivity because she has at least another 10 dudes in her DMs and in her Snapchat trying to get at her. If this girl is pretty, you always need to operate with the mentality that guys are hitting her up constantly. And when you operate in that mentality, you won't set yourself up for bad expectations. Instead, you'll protect yourself. Now you're talking to multiple girls. If this girl falls, that's fine. I'm talking to this girl. And on top of that, you need to have that abundance mentality. See, what ends up happening when you have abundance mentality, when that girl cheats on you, you don't get flustered. You don't get pissed. You don't think, oh, I'm going to kill her or I'm going to kill him. I can't believe she's... Nah, you don't think... You think, oh, cool. Have fun. You can have her. I'm going to go get another one. See, there's over 1 billion chicks on this planet. I promise you can find someone better, smarter, and hotter than she is. And when you have that aloof, laid back, I don't care attitude, that's actually when they like you more and the chances of cheating dwindle down because she's going to think, yo, why is this guy not obsessed with me? I got to do everything I can to keep him next to me. And that's when she becomes loyal. Number 2, losing your hair. Yo, this sucks. This sucks, but most men start losing their hair in their early to mid-20s, and 2 in 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they hit their 30s, which is insane. That means 2 in 3 of you guys watching this right now, by the time you hit 30, you're going to start seeing hair loss, and this is probably the biggest confidence killer. And the interesting thing is, just like the last tip, you can do things to avoid it. And you want to be precautious and act before it gets too late. This is why with our sponsor Keeps, they are revolutionizing the way men keep their hair. See, before, if you wanted to react, it was a whole process. You would have to make a consultation with your doctor. You would then have to go to the doctor's office, do those long waiting times, have this conversation with your doctor like, yeah, doctor, I don't feel good. I don't feel confident. My hair's receding. What do I do? Now this is an awkward conversation. He prescribes, you go to the pharmacy, you got to pick up, like, come on. That is barbaric. With Keeps, you do everything from the comfort of your home. After you sign up, you get to have a consultation with a U.S. licensed physician who's then going to look at your case, look at your hair loss, and prescribe the only 2 FDA-approved generic medications that have been proven to help stop and in some cases regrow back some of that lost hair. Then those medications get shipped to your door so you don't even have to go to the pharmacy, bro. So everything gets done for you from the comfort of your home. That's insane. The earlier you start with your hair loss, the earlier you start implementing the right tactics, the more hair you get to keep, and the quicker you stop that natural phenomenon from stealing all your hair. Which means if you've noticed any form of hair loss, you see your hairline receding a bit, you see your hair thinning a bit, I want you to go check out Keeps. Bro, if you go to keeps.com/TMF or click the link down below, you guys can check it out right now. They're running a special offer just for you guys where you can sign up. And honestly, don't be selfish. Don't just sign up yourself. Yo, hook your dad up, hook your uncle up, hook your brother, your friend up. Every dude battles with this, and this is the solution you can use to stop hair loss. Number 3, being rejected. Again, worst feeling in the world. Especially when you're younger, you get this pit in your stomach. You think, man, how could she not like me? I love her. We would be together. We would be married. I would treat her like a queen. First of all, thinking like that is probably why it got you rejected. And second of all, you're probably thinking too much into it. So you need to understand 2 things. 1, you can never get overly invested in a girl that you don't know, which is hard for guys to do because when we see a pretty body, when we see a pretty face, we fall in love. We think, I'll give this girl the world. You gotta fight against that natural tendency. And 2, you can never take it personal. You gotta understand, everybody has their likes and dislikes. And some of these likes and dislikes are features. So maybe she doesn't like brown guys like me, and instead she likes white guys or black guys. Or maybe she doesn't like tall guys, she likes short guys, or she likes chubby guys, or she likes... Every girl has her preferences the same way you have preferences. And a lot of times, her rejecting you is not personal. It's not because you're the worst guy in the world. It's just that she didn't like you. And when you disconnect yourself emotionally from that rejection and see it as, you know what? Everybody has their taste. She didn't like me. I'll go talk to somebody else. Your life and the pain of rejection will be desensitized. Number 4, losing all your money. Every guy, or maybe it's just me, but I think every guy has been in a point where their bank account is at 0, and now they're just using credit just to sustain their lifestyle. And they're living paycheck to paycheck, barely able to make payments. I've been in that situation. It is the worst feeling in the world. It is crippling. It is exhausting. It is filled with stress because you can't do anything. You can't indulge in anything. And all you're thinking about is, I got to pay bills. I got to figure out a way to pay myself out of this. This is why I've talked about this before. You want to have a good budgeting strategy. There's something called a 50-30-20 rule. It's a pie chart. You can look it up yourself. You can research more into it. But it's a great way to manage your finances where 50% of your income, let's say your income is $1,000 a month. That means $500 a month is what you're going to use to live. This is what you're going to use to be able to rent out a room, right? To pay your food, to pay your transportation, your living needs, the essentials. 30% is what you're going to use for the stuff that you want, right? You want to buy new sneakers. These are the luxuries. And 20% you always save or invest. When you live your life like that, the goal is you want to shrink down your lifestyle to be able to fit in that 50%. So you're not overspending or living a life that's more expensive than what you really can afford. And you'll always be financially stable to the point that you're not going to be increasing the stress in your life and building a great investment and fund that's going to increase your net worth. Number 5, erectile dysfunction. Do you know, I think the statistic is like 60% of men will deal with erectile dysfunction at least once in their life. And this is from multiple reasons. One of the most popular one is low testosterone levels. And I've done videos on this before. The easiest way to fight against this is to have a balanced diet and to work out. Now, these do work, but it does get to a certain level that it can become a medical condition that maybe your body's just not producing enough testosterone like it needs to, at which point you can go to your doctor and discuss other potential solutions. On top of that, a huge factor is also stress. See, what's interesting is that when you're stressed in your life, whether it's because you can't pay bills or you're stressed with work or you're stressed with school, a hormone called cortisol increases in your body. This is what makes you feel stressed. And what happens is cortisol has a seesaw effect with testosterone. So that means when cortisol or stress goes up, your testosterone levels goes down, and that's why your boy, it ain't standing up. And that's basically it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop us a like down below. Also, boys, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Keeps. They're going to be linked down below as well. That's it for me today. See you next time.